Hi, my name is John Bannon. I'm an attorney and a philosopher. In today's video, I'm going to show you that superdeterminism is supported by entropy. Now, when I talk about superdeterminism, I'm referring to a very unique and specific version of superdeterminism uh, that was proven by Swedish theoretical physicist Dr. Johann Hansen, where he proved that we live in a predetermined static block universe without cause and effect in physics. You can find his proof in the peer reviewed physics journal Physics Essays, volume 33, number 2, June of 2020. So, entropy, or the second law of thermodynamics, says that generally speaking, disorder is always increasing in our universe. Now, because of entropy, we experience cause and effect due to entropy directing our experience of time as always moving forward, or it creates a an arrow of time in the direction away from the Big Bang and towards the ultimate ending of the universe. So it's entropy that makes us think cause and effect is real. So uh, one aspect of entropy is that we don't know the future, but we know the past. So there's that um, direction or the arrow of time going from the past to the future, and we experience that only because of entropy, because we only remember the past and not the future. So the way we are designed consciously as a being in the universe involves our belief that there is a forward progress in time, moving in time. So it is entropy that actually makes us believe in cause and effect, and it makes us believe that a cause disappears once it transforms into an effect. So, for instance, if you think about someone throwing a baseball at a window and the baseball hitting the window and breaking through the window and appearing on the other side of the window, you can cut that up into sequential pieces, and you can think about the ball moving towards the window, the ball hitting the window, then the ball breaking through the window and ending up on the other side. Um, we think that the original cause, which is the ball moving towards the window, disappears from existence at the point where the ball has broken through the window and entered the other side. So our experience tells us that the cause has disappeared from reality. But is that actually true? Well, when you realize that it's entropy that's making you believe that the cause has disappeared, then you realize that whether the cause actually disappeared or not depends on whether entropy is truly a fundamental principle of physics. So, with that in mind, um, it's also true that there are more fundamental principles of physics than entropy. For example, Newton's third law of motion is more fundamental than entropy. Entropy is an emergent property of the universe that comes from more basic fundamental physics. Uh, Now, Newton's third law of motion says that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So, for example, if there's, let's say, two balls, one of which is flying towards the other and is going to collide with it, Newton's third law of motion says that at this point of contact, not only is this ball, the one that was moving, pushing the other ball with a force, the other ball, which is stationary, is also pushing the ball that was moving with an equal and opposite force. So when these two balls collide, the point of collision, uh, it's a an equal force going back and forth. There's no way to tell which is the cause and which is the effect because they're equal and opposite forces. So even though entropy makes us think that this ball is the cause of the other ball moving forward, the truth is, at the point of contact, the fundamental laws of physics don't care which is the cause and which is the effect. As far as it's concerned, they're equal and opposite forces. So, this more fundamental law of physics is time reversible. It means it applies regardless of whether you're going forward in time or backward in time. So, in other words, if you took a film of this collision of these two balls, this ball coming forward, hitting that one, this one bouncing, if you took that film and you played it in reverse, the laws of physics would be exactly the same. So you couldn't tell that the laws of physics were any different depending on whether you played the film forwards or if you played the film backwards. So that's a time reversible, more fundamental law of physics. So what that tells you is that the more fundamental laws of physics don't care about cause and effect. Um, so entropy makes us think that the cause disappears as time moves forward, like the baseball heading towards the window and then breaking through it makes us think that the ball heading towards the window as the cause has disappeared from existence, and only the effect now, the ball breaking through the window and going through it, is what now exists. But the fundamental laws of physics don't see it that way at all. Entropy is not a fundamental law, it's an emergent property of fundamental laws. So, if you understand fundamental laws of physics, you realize that there's no reason to believe that the cause actually disappears from existence, as entropy would suggest. That's really just a result of the functioning of our brains that believes that there's a future we don't know and there was a past that no longer exists. There's only the present moment of time. Well, that's entropy causing that. That's not a fundamental law of physics. So it's an illusion. Cause and effect is an illusion. It's not an aspect of the fundamental laws of physics. So there's no reason to believe that the cause disappears when it transforms into the effect. The cause is still there. It's because of entropy that we experience a past that is no longer there. But that doesn't mean the past is physically no longer there. Under fundamental laws of physics, it is still there. And that's why, or at least one reason why, our universe is super deterministic, because causes don't disappear, which means they're still there, which means we must live in a predetermined static block universe without cause and effect in physics. So, this explanation supporting superdeterminism is based on basic classical laws of physics. So, this is something you should believe because it's true. All right, I hope you learned something. I'll give you a chance to read the board. All right, take care, everybody.